Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Scoop on K-State, a show featuring leaders of Kansas State University and our efforts to become a next-gen land grant. We have a very special guest today. It's an honor to welcome K-State alumna Chancy Love, our chair of the board of directors for the K-State Alumni Association. Chancy just started her term as board chair for this upcoming year, which is a very big one, celebrating our 150th anniversary as Alumni Association. Thank you, Chancy, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited for the year. I'm excited for what our board is working on and all the things we've got going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. So, for viewers who don't know, would you share more about K-State Alumni Association Board of Directors, and in particular, your position?
So, I'm not sure how many people realize this, but the Alumni Association is completely independent from the university. We're one of only about 22 in the country. And a lot of that is because of our history. We were originally not wanted by the university. President John Anderson was not a fan. But a group of alumni got together and were insistent on creating this organization that creates the community among alumni and K-Staters, as well as supporting the university. So that's kind of how we started. And as we've evolved, we now have a board of directors that's the governing group over all 40,000 members. We provide the fiduciary oversight, make sure that the association's objectives are in line with the mission and are providing value to the university. So there's about 29 of us. We have 4-year terms.
Some longer than others.
Yeah, some longer than others. It is 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we added an extra year with COVID. Yeah. So I lose track a little bit. And then at the end of our term, you run for chair. I was elected out of our class. We had a lot of really great leaders in our class, so I feel extremely honored to be in this position. And then you serve as chair-elect for 1 year, chair of the board for 1 year, and I am, of course, following Tim Oswalt, who will be the outgoing chair this year for his final term.
Yeah. We're very, very excited. So
I'm excited.
We're fortunate to have such a long history of supporting alumni friends and the university, like you mentioned. But let's dive a little bit deeper into students. So how does the Alumni Association provide support and unique experiences for future and current K-State students?
So students are a big thing for me. It's really how I'm connected with the association. And I believe that they're the future alumni, so we need to start the relationship with them now. And if we don't have students, we don't have alumni. So it goes all the way back to the recruitment piece. And we have all sorts of programs for that. Born to be a Wildcat, Junior Wildcats, which we do in conjunction with the athletic department. And that's a pretty well-known program. And then we have for sophomores only, which helps with recruitment at the high school level, as well as Wildcats Forever, which is my passion piece. I was the first student worker that worked on that while I was at K-State.
A little history there. You basically started that.
Yeah,
helped start that program.
I give credit to Courtney Marshall and Andrea Bryant. Andrea Bryant Gladden now. At the time, she was just Andrea Bryant. But they kind of started it, and I was in high school overly involved in student council and desperate to get involved, and saw a membership group and was like, I'll do it. So I got to help develop the program, and it's been fun to watch it grow. And then we also have SAB, Homecoming, which is a huge favorite. I know it's one of your favorites.
And I don't think a lot of people realize we're responsible for homecoming. I wasn't as a student. I didn't realize association is responsible for homecoming, which is pretty neat.
Exactly. I think that's something we can probably do better at, is educating people. But homecoming is a huge piece, and it's vitally important to the community to remind us of where we come from and also to look forward. But traditions, I mean, that's kind of the grounding piece, and culturally and everything that we do. So
well, and also you think about the scholarship piece. So not only the events and the recruitment that we help bring those students in, but also scholarships. We award nearly $700,000 annually. That's through the license plate, the galas, the events, our donations from our donors, and that goes a long ways to help bring students to the university.
It really does. And from my home state perspective, I'm from Colorado, not a Kansas native. Cost of living in Colorado is getting more and more expensive, and I know those scholarships from the Colorado Wabash Cannonball really make a difference in somebody's decision to attend the university, because it makes it that much more affordable and just can change lives. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's neat too. We talked about homecoming, keepers of tradition. So we're really that organization that keeps the tradition alive, which is pretty neat too. So you mentioned your involvement with the K-State Alumni Association as a student. Tell us how you became a student and maybe your experience as an undergrad.
So I am from a small town in northern Colorado, and it's just north of Greeley. It's a one stoplight town, and I wanted to get out of there. And I love my hometown. I'm very proud of it and still support the community, but I wanted to see something a little
experience.
bit. Yeah, I wanted new experiences and new people, and so logically it was a larger school, and I knew good friends going to CU, good friends going to CSU. DU wasn't really a fit for me, which is ironic because I live close to DU now, but really wanted to go to KU of all places. And my mom, thankfully, was insistent that we also look at K-State. At the time, there was a huge Greeley group there, and lots of family, friends, kids were attending. And so I came begrudgingly on campus, and it was a Sunday, and I just fell in love. The campus is obviously beautiful. The people are friendly, and it just felt like home. It felt comfortable. Whereas KU, I didn't really get that feeling.
I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah,
and we're thankful for your mom.
Yeah,
you look look so much better in purple.
That's
right?
true. Yeah. Yes, that is true. Purple looks good on everybody. So ended up here. I'm glad I did. It gave me opportunities that I can guarantee you I would not have had at KU. And undergrad, like I said, I was super involved in high school. Still am super involved. I'm a joiner of things. I always joke, if you can't convince me to join something, there's a problem. And thankfully I fell into the Alumni Association, and that's how I found my support group. Amy Renz's daughter was in my wedding. So
pretty neat ties and history there.
Yeah. So the Alumni Association is really key, because I knew nobody coming on campus. All of those Greeley friends had since graduated. And it was a struggle to meet people at first, but it really, K-Staters specifically, but Kansans as a whole.
It's hard not to get integrated.
Yeah. They're friendly and they're nice and curious.
For sure.
Yeah.
So well, we're so fortunate you did choose K-State, have your vision, leadership, and your involvement. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. And it's really like lined up with a lot of my personal passions and interests as I've grown. So it's been great.
So as board chair, this is a very big year. As I mentioned, 150th anniversary. What plans are in store for K-State and to celebrate our anniversary this year?
So there's a lot, and we've already been doing some of it. I know right now we have a membership promotion going on where if you join, you get special 150th anniversary glass cups. They're really cool. Everybody should look at them.
I think we just completed
Is
that.
That's finished?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
But so we've got stuff like that going on, and it's kind of woven into all of our consistent events. You'll start hearing bits and pieces like that. In the fall, we're having our big celebration on September 27th in Memorial Stadium. I believe it starts at 4 o'clock.
4 to 7.
To 7, yeah.
Yep.
And that's just not really much of a program, but a lot of
big tailgate celebration.
Yeah, like
if you
food,
will.
drinks,
inflatables. The band will be there. Willie. I think we're gonna have some special appearances from some student athletes, I've heard. So, So
and
you never know who's going to show up.
It's going to be a great family celebration.
Yes. Yep.
And then we're also launching the Football Fridays with Manhattan Brewing Company. We're really kind of using this 150th as an opportunity to try some new things, see what sticks. So if you all enjoy anything, please let the staff know, and it's good for staff to hear.
It's going to be fun. And that Football Fridays you mentioned, Matt Brewing Company, that's going to be Fridays before home football games. So, of course, we play Arizona, so that won't be one. And then the 27th will be at the Alumni Center, but the other 4 Fridays will be there. So it's just a good opportunity to bring people together and engage, which is fun.
Exactly. It's exciting to celebrate the past of the Alumni Association, but also the future.
Yeah. And, of course, we'll have our away pre-games at all the football games. There'll be some special trips with, I know Colorado's going to be a special one. You're looking forward to going to that one.
I'm excited. I already claimed those tickets with the family
pre-game
tickets.
there. BYU, we're going to do a special trip. Then, of course, all our special marquee events, the galas and whatnot, that's going to be woven throughout, too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun. So this is part of becoming the next gen Alumni Association. And moving forward, I'm excited about the year ahead. So much momentum as a university. What are you most excited about in your role and as a partner of the university?
Well, I think this is just a really exciting time at K-State as a whole. You and I both come from like the era of John Weefald, Pat Bosco. There's been so much change in the last couple years that is really, and President Linton's a lot to thank for this, pushing us towards this next generation. And I think the Alumni Association is at that inflection point as well with leadership change. And we've been great at what we've done for so long. I'm excited to start really fine-tuning the future. I know this past year for you has been a lot of getting your feet under you and really learning the ins and outs. So I'm most excited for kind of dreaming big and starting things in motion.
Yeah, I'm excited about this year. And you mentioned the foundation that Amy built. 150 years. Yeah. That's incredible. But the innovations, what we have planned for the next couple of years, it's going to be really exciting to see us grow.
Exactly.
And the Alumni Center in particular and what we will bring. So it's always exciting. So,
yeah, there's just so much energy all over campus, but I deal mostly with the Alumni Association, so it's exciting to see it.
So what can K-Staters do everywhere to help us further that mission, maybe connecting and serving K-State and our students? What ways can they get involved and help?
I mean, the easiest is to join, and that's probably the most impactful out of the easy options, is just to join and then also to advocate for K-State and for us as an alumni association, and really like talk to kids in your community and encourage them to look at K-State if they haven't, or if they're on the fence, try and sell them. Yeah, absolutely. It's not hard to sell, especially if you can get them on campus. But
that's the first of three things. You think about that first meeting, which is pretty incredible. 150 years ago, when we were formed, they talked about three things we're still doing today, and that's membership, advocacy, and then events and reunions, which we're still doing today. And so, as a membership organization, we're number one in the Big 12, top 10 nationally. And nearly 40,000 members, so that it really does matter to help us put on events, recruit students, be that partner. So
and then after you join, please attend those events.
Yeah, and then all the different benefits. Talk about the award-winning K-Stater, discounts on campus.
Yeah,
events.
The membership package as a whole is it can only add value to your life. And I believe it does add value to our members' lives. And we're doing a lot of really cool things that are member-focused, and nobody wants to miss out on that stuff.
No, for sure. And in addition to that, just thanking those who donate, too. Because we are a 501c3. Tradition Founders, our annual fund. We have many generous donors, about 4,000. So that goes a long ways, too. So
exactly. Yeah. So in addition to becoming a member, of course, we would love additional financial support if able. But also, I'm a big believer in giving of time and talent. And if you have time to volunteer in your local alumni club, we are always needing more volunteers. It just makes things better and the group more welcoming. And not that it's not, but feet on the ground is huge, and it allows us to really do our work outside of Manhattan, because we're in several different countries. I don't remember what the last count was, but we're all over the world. So those clubs really keep things moving and keep people tied back to the university.
Over 40 clubs outside of Kansas, including internationally. And that's some of the most enjoyable experiences of going outside of Manhattan and K-State and Kansas and seeing that purple, whether it be in Cincinnati or Colorado or wherever it may be.
Yeah, and then that's
we need those volunteers.
Exactly, and one of the things that I love the most about the Colorado Wabash is and we go to a lot of events in Denver, and that's one of the most fun parties, because it's almost like going home. It's kind of like a high school reunion. Like you see the same faces that you know really well, but you also don't have to prove yourself to. It just feels good. Yeah, you're safe. Yeah,
it's enjoyable. Well, speaking of support and service, thank you for what you've done. What do you enjoy most about the Alumni Association?
Oh.
You mentioned several things.
Yeah, there are several things.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, when you're looking at the university-wide ecosystem, my favorite thing about the Alumni Association is we're really for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're super into football or into McCain performances. You could be a big supporter of the Gardens. It doesn't matter what your interests are. We've got something. And I also think, for an organization that's 150 years old, we're pretty forward-thinking and pretty welcoming, and it's truly for everybody.
There's so many connection points.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter if you are a big donor or a small donor or even a donor. And non-members are welcome at our events. We want you to join, but we really do serve the entire K-State community, which is my favorite thing about
That's
it.
a great point too. A lot of people think you have to be an alumni to join, and you don't. We have many friends and people that are just lifetime K-Staters. May have attended, you maybe didn't graduate, but that are also members. So that's also special too.
And I mean, I think my husband is technically, he's in the database as a member, I believe, and he's a CU alum, and he is not a member.
We're glad to have him.
CU's Alumni Association, to be clear.
We like that.
Yeah.
So this is called Scoop on K-State. We appreciate your perspective and giving us your scoop. But now's the favorite part of this podcast for me. You get to share what's in your cup today with Cahill ice cream.
I chose chocolate chip mint. They don't have bubble gum, which was my favorite growing up, but
interesting.
It's not my favorite now. Chocolate chip mint.
That's great. And that wraps up another episode of the Scoop on K-State. I'm Adam Walker, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association, and I want to thank you for watching or listening to our show. Be sure to catch this podcast with other K-Staters and select that follow button on your podcast app so you'll never miss another episode. On behalf of the K-State Alumni Association staff, we are proud to be your link to campus. We value your ongoing support. And
Go
Cats.